Hello! Today I'm talking about my laser tattoo removal journey. This is the very beginning of that process. Well, I've already been through the beginning of that process. This is me sharing the beginning of the process. This is part 1 of session 1. The obvious question that I need to answer here: why am I getting my tattoos removed? And the short and honest answer is that I like my tattoos, but I don't love them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give a little bit of a breakdown of my tattoos, the whole entire piece itself, so that you guys can have an understanding of where I'm coming from when I say that the piece isn't cohesive. I got it all at different times and by different artists. So in the end, it all kind of just look meshed together. My first tattoo is this cross tattoo, and I got it when I was 18, about 7 years ago. And I was really happy with the tattoo. The only thing that I didn't think through was the placement on my ribs. If I move a certain way, this way or this way, the cross is going right with it. So it's never gonna have that, straight up and down look that it should. Another artist looked at it and told me that it was done crooked to begin with. I don't really see it. I just think it's when I move, but I'll take his word for it. It's not great placement. Next up, I knew that I wanted to eventually add florals to this cross tattoo. So one day some of my friends were like, hey, let's go and get some tattoos for fun. And so we all went together to get tattoos in like a really short amount of time. And I ended up going with these roses. As you can see, the style doesn't really match and the roses are much darker than the cross. Eventually, my plan was to get the cross redone so that the line work on the tattoos would match up. But again, I was in college. I didn't really have the money to be blowing on tattoos all the time. So I just thought like I could do that later. Next up, after a long stretch of no more added tattoos, I got what I call the tiger piece, and this was done by the same artist that did the roses. And so this was kind of the process of me starting to think about making this whole entire tattoo cohesive and making it one piece. I was really happy with this tattoo. It's still one of my favorites, but I think you'll see the end result of this piece and why, not that it just doesn't work, but you'll see. Next up in the step to making it more cohesive, I went to another artist near my school because that's just where I was. And I got the mandala tattoo in the middle of the cross and the tiger tattoo. That was again in the name of cohesiveness. The weird thing that happened with this tattoo was after I got it, it started getting a little weird on me. Like it didn't heal correctly in my opinion. In a way, I think it's on me a little bit because I know that I do have sensitive skin. I shouldn't be getting tattoos in the winter because my skin gets so incredibly dry in the winter. If it gets too hot, too dry, it'll get irritated. It's like borderline eczema. So to say the least, that tattoo did not heal properly. I eventually went to get it touched up. So when I got it touched up the next time, about a month after, I got these flowers as well. And the whole idea here was to get more florals to fill in the empty space. Well, I just feel like I didn't really speak up for myself. I think the tattoo is beautiful. I think the florals are beautiful. I absolutely love them. I just don't think I should have put them there. I think I should have stuck to my guns and asked, hey, can I have more florals that match the style of the ones that I already have? But I didn't do that. So here's the end result and the whole entire piece put together. I like the tattoo because it has great memories attached to it. It's nice enough to my standards, but at the same time, I just feel like it could be a lot better if I had taken my time with it. Now to move on, how did I stumble across Removery? How did I find them? One night I couldn't sleep. I was up until like 4 a.m. and I was going down the whole rabbit hole of laser tattoo removal, and I came across Removery on Google. I saw that they were kind of nearby. They were within a half-hour drive from me, so that was pretty good. The thing that really sucked me into Removery was that their laser technology does not leave that horrid scab that you see on all of these videos of people having that white, painful scab. That was the reason why almost 4 years ago I didn't get laser removal, because I was thinking about this, but I did not want to have to sacrifice my lifestyle, my movement, just my mobility even, because I have this whole entire painful scab on me. So I made an appointment with Removery. I went to the consultation and I'm greeted by Sarah, and she was so incredibly nice. She took me into one of the offices and I kind of explained to her what I want out of this removal process. Basically, the whole top half of my tattoo, from the top of the cross to where the mandala starts, I would want that gone completely. And then from the mandala down, I actually want that faded as much as possible so that I can get a new piece on top of it. And And because that bottom part has way heavier ink, it's likely that it's only gonna fade after my sessions and not be removed completely. So that works for me. Next, she measured my tattoo, took pictures of it, and then gave me a quote for how much it was going to be. Now, keep in mind that going in, I did not know how much this was gonna be. I had a number in mind of what I'd be able to pay monthly because I knew that they did offer financing. So if this number didn't hit my budget, I was totally okay with walking away. But luckily, it was a lot cheaper than I thought it was gonna be. I'm really grateful for that. So what I ended up going with was a 3-pack of sessions, which means that I'm going to get the entire tattoo lasered 3 separate times. Doing the entire thing at once would be a little painful, a little overwhelming for my body. Because we're splitting the tattoo itself into 2 parts, it's actually gonna be 6 sessions, but it's just the way that it falls because we're splitting them up. So after we got all of that settled, Sarah actually told me that we could do my first session that day. So I took her up on it. She lasered me. I did not know what to expect. I was really nervous, and it was painful, but honestly, it just felt like getting a tattoo. So I'm gonna show you a few of the vlogs that I have directly after the session, my first reactions, and I think I have a few videos giving updates on how the tattoo is fading. I will also do an end side-by-side comparison of how the tattoos faded over those few weeks that I documented. I just had a really great experience at Removery, and right now it's after my first session and my side kind of feels like I got a tattoo but without that weird plasticky wrap stuff that they put over it. Getting it removed felt like I was getting a tattoo, but so much faster, and I feel like I kind of have little tingles. The best part is that it doesn't break into the skin like other lasers do, and I feel really good right now. I can exercise again in 48 hours, which is amazing. There's going to be no scabbing. I just have to keep it, moisturized and make sure I massage the area. Good morning. So this is day 2. The pain really subsided yesterday and kind of fast. I'll show you what's going on. I can touch it. There's no type of scab anywhere, which is awesome. And it barely hurts right now. I was moisturizing with a regular Eucerin lotion. If you can see some of the lines, like right here, and the lines of these petals, especially this one, you can see is just simply red, and that's just the mark that it's leaving after. This line right here, these weird crisscrossy lines in here, down here, some of the border of the cross is actually going away. These red lines, there's no ink on them. It's just what's being left behind until this heals. So it's kind of amazing. It's only been 1 day, and some of these, like the insides of these leaves, are already gone. The shading's already gone. At this point forward, I'm just gonna take a picture every single day until the next appointment. And so it's been about a week. I know I said I was gonna take a picture every day, but I felt like that was a little overkill. So I'm gonna do week by week, since every session is 6 to 8 weeks apart. It got a little itchy, but nothing too bad. I switched to rubbing it with vitamin E oil, as they said. You have to do it every single day. This line right here, I think I pointed it out before. Go on if you can see it. You can definitely see a lot of these lines. Like this line is very different from this line. You can see which ones are almost gone at this point. It's kind of interesting. Some of the shading here is gone. You can see a mark, but it's pretty much gone. A lot of this shading I'm noticing is going away too. So yeah, it's not too different, but I do see it carrying the ink out of my body pretty much. I'm excited to see if it'll keep removing the ink over these next few weeks. I feel a little bit skeptical only because, I don't know, I just thought it would happen fast. I do see a little bit of a difference. Hi, me again. It's like 2 or 3 days after week 3. So let's just call this week 3. I will say not much has happened at all. It does feel more itchy. It's like the redness is gone, and I don't know, it just looks lighter, and that's about it. I am massaging with a vitamin E oil twice a day. I think this might be a standstill until the next appointment. I mean, it's faded pretty well from what I've seen, from what I can tell, but I know it's gradually going away. Like I can tell, but I don't think I'll really see the difference unless I do side-by-side pictures. So we'll see. So these are the side-by-side results of weeks 1 through 2. After about week 3, everything subsided, it stopped looking red, and it actually felt healed, so I kept going on with moisturizing it as normal, and that was that. This is the before and after 6 weeks. It's supposed to be fully healed anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Right now, at the time of this video, it's 6 weeks, and really the differences that I see here are mostly in the shading in these parts, and anywhere where there's just line work period, they've either shrunk or, gotten significantly smaller. So this is only the results of session 1, part 1, which is the top of my tattoo. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when there's a new video. Next up is going to be session 1, part 2, and I actually do have footage of the laser process being done, which is very exciting. I'm excited to share this journey with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.